Right, we're going to now shift gears and talk about Berger Paints. Abhijit Roy, the MD and CEO, is here with us on today's show. What we have, of course, seen is strong growth in the first quarter. We're going to be talking at a time when the commodity super cycle that lasted about 18 months seems to be behind us, and that's when companies like Berger Paints, of course, stand to gain. So an important management to have today, and of course, a very timely interview as well. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let's first begin with the decorative segment. You know, there's so much that has been spoken about it. What were the volumes like? Because there was, all this conversation that was taking place before that because of inflation, is it going to impact? There's pressure on the wallet. But things on ground seem to be painting a different picture.
Yeah, the volume growth was very strong actually. About 35% is what we registered in decorative. Of course, the substantial price increases were there, to the tune of about 18 to 20%. So both together added up to about 54% growth that we registered.
Okay, so if we can talk a little bit more about the pricing. You've talked about the price hikes. Now with crude prices going down, other raw material prices also going down, talk to us a little bit about how pricing is likely to pan out going forward.
So there has been some softening in the raw material prices, especially of monomers, which is used for water-based paint. So that we have seen, but it will take some time for that to filter through. As you know, we have some finished stock and also raw materials, which is of previous vintage, and those prices were on the higher side. So it may not impact immediately in the second quarter, but third quarter, definitely we will see an advantage.
Good morning. Good to have you back. Nikunj also joining in.
Hi, Nikunj.
You increased prices by 15 to 18% when raw material prices went higher. Fair point. Some was passed on, some was not passed on. But now that prices are coming down, how much of that will be retained?
So it depends, the prices first of all have to stabilize because the volatility is very high. It keeps fluctuating. Some war will break open now in China, will attack something, Taiwan or someone, and then again the oil prices start surging. So we cannot predict at this stage, because of this volatility. We'll have to await, the stability in these prices. If these prices remain low, obviously, we will look at, passing on some of the benefits to the consumers.
Festival season will start soon, and this time we are celebrating 75 years of independence, which means festival season will start in August. What other feelers you're getting from your dealers? Do they want to stock up for Diwali, Dussehra, Durga Puja? Do they feel this time around, irrespective of inflation, we are in for bumper times?
So the mood is good, on the ground. As you saw in the first quarter, the volume growth were very high and robust. Even though we had of course, a weaker base effect because of the May problem last year, but still, even if you remove that, we would have had a pretty substantial volume growth. So therefore, the mood is good overall on the ground, and with the rains now happening across the country, the rural economy, because now, as of now, the urban seems to be doing much better than the rural. But I think the rural will also kick off after this monsoon is over. And if that happens, then, I think we are looking for a very good season.
I'm just admiring that the color of the paint on the wall behind, what's it called? Old Rose? I bet it's not as simple as Old Rose. I'm sure it has a very fancy name.
Famous Van Gogh sunflower designs.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. Say, Avari?
No, that's the painting. You can see the painting on the back.
That's not painting. The color of the wall. Not
painting. The wall. It's rose. Yeah, Old Rose. Yeah, you are right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abhijit, Aisha's always right when it comes to colors.
But tell me, Abhijit, what happens then to the non-household demand? Where is it that you're actually seeing a demand uptick, and where is it that you're seeing still a slowdown?
So in the protective coatings is there is a good upsurge in demand, and it's doing very well amongst the industrial. Auto had picked up in the first quarter, of course, on a very low base. Yesterday I saw the results, of July, but we had a decent July in automotive because we are mainly into commercial vehicles and two-wheelers, and commercial vehicles seems to be doing reasonably well on a lower base. So that's at a stable point, I would say. Powder coating, which is a very small portion of us, that's not growing at the pace at which we would like to, but still growing. So overall, I would say industrial also in the non-deco space, the protective is doing much better, and then auto and powder little bit muted than protective.
About Van Gogh, let's look at the 10-year chart of Berger Paints. And if you just bought into the stock, let's say 10 years ago, and this is despite the recent leg of volatility, and this is the power of compounding. 10 years will be a stretch here. The stock's been an absolute multi-bagger, I would say. There you go.
1200%. Original master. Grandmaster,
yes,
that's what they're called, right?
Exactly.
Van Gogh and the likes.
So Abhijit, keep on sticking to the Berger Paint stock. If not a Van Gogh, maybe some Hussein, somebody can buy it. That's what the stock is saying.
This is a 10-year period, I took over as CEO from 2012 actually.
It's 100x, right? The stock's up 100x. I remember having this chat, I think, in 2019.
Actually, if you go back a few more years, it will be even more stunning. So, yeah, it's been a very good run actually, overall.
Look at stock price, but you look at your stock price very closely.
Of course they do. They just don't admit it.
No, we are more focused on the operations part of it. Business has to go on. Stock prices keep going up and down. We don't even understand why it goes down, why it goes up, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's all good when you look at it from a long-term perspective, 10 years, and it's been a fabulous journey. Abhijit, great having you on the show today. Thank you as always for taking the time out.
Thank you.